Let me get my camera situated here. Okay, that's too much. All right, and let me see if I can, just a second. I need to bring that up like that. Okay. See if I bring this down a little bit more, you guys can see that. Okay, perfect. And let me see if I need to bring this up a little bit. Nope, that will not work. Bring it down. Okay. We'll go right about there. And then you can still see down here. Okay, perfect. All right. What we are doing today is this is kind of like how I've been doing the reverse collage inside of those Abandoned Places books. But instead of just being reverse collage, I've collaged all these bits down from magazines. And you guys, I get my magazines. I never hardly talk about that. I get my magazines everywhere. I was at a garage sale and I bought a few things from this lady, and then she had stacks and stacks and stacks of magazines. And I said, "Oh, how much for the magazines?" She goes, "You can take them all for free." I took home like 25 magazines. So you guys keep your eye out for magazines. You can get free ones. Ask your neighbors, let your neighbors know that you like to do collage work and that you collect magazines, and they'll just bring them to your house. I have a few friends who just give me tons of magazines. Also, you can go to thrift stores. They have tons of magazines, usually for 50 cents, $1 each. Um, Again, garage sales, friends. Um, Also, always be looking in the free, like, little magazines that are in stores, or the free magazines that come in the mail. That's another way to get magazines. So anyway, just want to discuss that. That's where I get a lot of my magazines, in those various ways. Okay, so what I did is I collaged in all of this. And what happens is I'm creating these little worlds for my I've been drawing. I want to draw all the Disney princesses, and they're going to go into these little fairy tale worlds that I'm doing with collage and paint. So let me show you, for example, what I'm talking about. Okay, if you watch any of my other videos, you guys will see that I've done this before. Here is here's Jasmine. So see, I did this with all magazine bits, and then also paint over the magazine, acrylic paint. So you create these little fantasy worlds. They're worlds that you create that you would have never even thought of. Like, this is a chandelier right here. This is a rose I turned into a water feature. That's a chandelier turned to a water feature. This is a watch face. It's a little planet. I think these are flowers down here I turned into water features. This is a little house here, or a castle in the background. You see, you get my drift. This is a water. This is a perfume bottle here. Okay, and then I did paint techniques all over this. I also have done Elsa. Is it Elsa? Yeah, from Frozen. Okay, and I do these on 11 by 14 pieces of cardstock. So I did Elsa. That is Elsa from Frozen. Yeah. Okay. Again, magazine bits. That watch there, that castle, some roses I turned into water features. There's a unicorn there. There's something here. I think this was a dress here, and this turned into like a little bridge. Yeah, if you turn a leg, a pant leg, or a dress sideways, that's like a bridge. And then I made that into a bridge. This is another castle back here. So you guys get my drift. Oh my God. You guys, shame on me. Her name has left the building. This is, well, the only black Disney princess there's been. And here she is. Do not, oh, I should be ashamed. I can't remember her name. It just, oh, her name is on the edge of my tongue. I know you guys are all yelling at me. Hopefully that enters back my brain. Again, same thing, collage bits everywhere, and then I did paint over all the collage bits. And it makes these most beautiful, most magical worlds. I love it. Okay, and the other ones that are okay, and the Disney Princess that's going to go into this newest one, so I'm going to take these away. This is the Disney, I'm going to do Pocahontas. God, that's making me mad. I will make a copy of this. This is the original. I hand drew her, and then I used watercolor. I did a mixed media. I did watercolor, pencil, acrylic paint, watercolors to create her. and this background. And this is a double page spread. It goes on to another page. But anyway, I'm going to make a copy of this, and then I will cut her out and add her into this collage and paint. That's how I've done them all. And I do different techniques to incorporate her, so it doesn't look like she's pasted in. It looks like she belongs there. So we'll be putting Pocahontas in there. And yes, I did hand draw her, and then I painted her out. And the next one after that, I'm going to do, she's not a Disney princess officially, but in my eyes, she's a Disney princess. I love Tinkerbell. So, she'll be one of the next ones I do in one of these fairy worlds. We'll call them fairy worlds. And then Meridia from Brave. Okay. Oh my God. The only black Disney princess, that name is on the edge of my tongue, and it is making me so mad. It's going to hit me, and I'm going to just blurt it out in the middle of doing all this. So I'll be doing Meridia also. So after we do Pocahontas, it'll be Meridia and Tinkerbell. Okay. Oh my God, that's bugging me so much. Oh, and I should say, these are not exact replicas of the Disney princesses. So I'm not saying they're Disney princesses. These are my interpretations of the Disney princesses. So that's what I want to do, is my interpretation of the Disney princesses. So I'm not saying these are Disney. So someone's going to say, you can't do that. Yeah, I know. This is my interpretation. So they're not always going to look exactly like that princess. It's just how I want to interpret it. Okay, so let's get started on doing the acrylic background, acrylic and collage background here. Let me look at make sure I'm in frame. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start out with is up here in the sky. This is some white here that needs to be colored in, and some over here to match the sky, and I need to get rid of that print right there. So I like to use a lot of fingers. Okay. So here we go. And I kind of go over, the collage bits also in the sky. And this needs to be a little bit, there we go. I need to be a little more see-through. Well, just a second. Maybe not. All right. So let's start just mixing some things up a little bit. There we go. That looks great. I love that. Oh, and when you glue this all on, I like to use Elmer's glue and a baby wipe. Wipe off all the Elmer's glue off the top. Don't glue it down with Elmer's glue, because glue it down with Elmer's glue, but don't seal it, because then you won't be able to paint over it. So I like to do that, and then I like to spray clear acrylic matte coating. This acts just like a matte medium, okay? Or you can just use matte medium, glue the pieces down, and then put the matte medium on top of it. It makes it a paintable surface, and it makes it a wipeable surface. So if you mess up, you can wipe your things off. But this is what I use. It's a lot cheaper. I spent $3 with a coupon at, where? Hobby Lobby. But you can get it anywhere. As long as you get a clear acrylic matte coating spray paint. Okay, continue on. I like to try to get those questions answered, because I know that people are going to ask me what I'm using. And it's super important because it makes it a paintable surface. Because magazines is not paintable, you know. Oh, and I'm not even answering all my questions, or usually my whole spiel. I'm using acrylic paint, okay? It needs to be matte acrylic paint. So you can use like apple barrel acrylic paints. You can use whatever it is. Any of the craft paints are good. They need to be flat though. Also, the other good thing you can use is these big, huge bottles that were normally $7. They were only $1.75 at where? Hobby Lobby, when they had that 75% off sale. So you guys, I bought an insane amount of these. So I'm using this, all these colors right now are all of the Fine Touch. But you can use any acrylic paint, does not matter. Okay. I think I've covered everything. Now I'm covering up this ring. This is a ring right here. Oh, I didn't even go over my collage bits. This is a ring right here in the sky. And I want it to be like a planet. So Just one second. I want it to be like a planet. But since I'm going over it with paint right now, because I've used matte medium, or not matte medium, I've used that acrylic spray paint, I can wipe it off. See? There is my ring. And this ring, like I said, it's going to be a planet. What's nice about this, if you go over something that you don't want to go over, you can wipe it off. Also, if you make a mistake and you don't like that color or how it's turning out, no major. You can just wipe it off with a baby wipe. What I like starting with the collage bit for the sky is it gives you it gives you ideas for colors to use in your sky. So that's why I really like putting in I like to put the sky in. And what I like to do too is I like to have a sky at the top. This is my kind of my MO. I like to have a sky at the top, have some mountains, find some mountains below. Not always, but you know, sometimes have like a castle or some houses in here or some type of feature like that. And then I like to throw in some subjects like a big butterfly. I like to throw these roses in, kind of turn these into water features. This is something here. I'm going to turn that into like a planet. And then this is going to be water down here, which we're going to go attack in a minute. And this is a perfume bottle. Oh, this is a perfume bottle too. I kind of want it to look like a, oh, what is that called? Hot air balloon. Just to kind of look like a hot air balloon. And I think it does turned upside down. Okay. Let me see what I want to do here. I want to add a little bit of purple over here. Needs a little purple in here. Need a little purple in here. And I need a little more pink. I'll add a little bit of the hot pink in here. And if you think things are getting too heavy, you can take a baby wipe and always wipe things back and kind of smear it a little bit. Baby wipes are great for that. Yeah, I like how that's all turning out. I need to put a little sky right into here. I'll put in some purple. Okay. Then we'll throw in a little bit of pink. Now look at this. I'm just doing all this with my fingers for the sky. So this is not anything anyone can't do for sure. Let me take this purple out right here. Then I'll put some pink in there. Kind of mix that into there we go, that looks pretty. And I need to do the same thing over here. There's a little bit of sky going here. Put some purple in there, some purple in here. Okay, there we go. All right, that looks good. All right, so then what I want to do is I'm going to leave, I like that. I like that there's some of the sky going over this hot air balloon. But over here on the side, I want to clean it up a little bit and expose the balloon a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to wipe off the... This is in here is a piece of candy. Isn't that cool? And I'm going to have that be a little planet too. I think that looks really cool. I love this butterfly. I think that is so gorgeous. So look how pretty that sky looks. I think that looks really pretty. So what I like to do is I always like to put in water at the bottom down here. And so we're going to copy that sky, because a lot of times the sky, if there's water below, the water will take the color of the sky. So I'm going to use those same colors and make my water below here and do the same thing. And then I'll show you guys what we're going to do to turn it into water. You can't just rub color. We will. So I'm just rubbing in this color. Okay. Okay. And then let's rub in some of this pink. And then I always try to kind of, you know, mesh that into the other colors too. So mesh it into the purple, mesh it into the lighter pink a little bit. Okay. And so I'll work on this for like an hour with you guys, and then we won't be finishing this up today, but I'll come back with part 2 and finish it up with you, or basically finish it up. Or I will finish it up, because what I want to show you guys is how I incorporate the any subject you want to, like if you're going to draw a girl or whatever, how you would incorporate this into the picture so it doesn't look like it's just pasted on. It looks like it's painted into the little fairy world. And I call these fairy worlds, and these are Disney princesses, so I don't know. It's my world. I can do what I want to do. Okay. All right, we need a little violet in there. So there is no right or wrong answer, as you can see with this. You just do what you think looks good, and you keep adding. So if you like this, you can do some of these techniques, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it and have a Disney princess as your subject. You can just do the backgrounds and have these little worlds that you create. It could be outer space. It could be I don't need that paint. It could be outer space. It could be this little fairy worlds. It can be whatever you want it to be. So okay, so we've rubbed in a lot of color, which I think looks good. Let me just get a little pink going over here. Okay, so I want to do a little cleanup on the flowers, because I got a lot of paint on the flowers, which could be a good thing too. Like the ones that are really dipped in, I'm leaving. Okay. You know, I need to smooth that out a little bit down here. Sometimes you'll have to go over it, certain colors. I'll set the second coat, like I'm doing right now. Okay, that looks good, and then I want to go back over this a little bit. And then let's go back over with the purple paint here. I want to make sure we got plenty of saturation of color, because we're going to be doing some waves here in a second. With this one brush that I absolutely love. Okay, and let's add a little bit of purple here. There we go. That looks good. Okay. So now this perfume bottle, we're going to clean this up. Now this perfume bottle right here is going to be an underwater little world. And it's going to be like its own little world, like this part right into here, I believe. That's what I'm going to do. There'll be some people in there, little silhouettes of people. So, okay. So, okay. I think that looks really good so far. You look at the, see what you guys are seeing. Okay. So to make this look like water, let's put in some water waves. I like to use this brush right here. It's a scruffy, like bristly brush. If you ever can find one that's kind of like, kind of stiff and kind of bristly, if that's a word, it's a really good one to make waves, clouds. It's good for all that. And we'll go, after we do this, we'll go up and make some clouds too. Okay. So I'm taking my paint on this bristly brush and we're going to just start throwing in some water lines. And this is where the water really starts looking like water when you throw in these water lines. And the reason I like this bristly brush is because nothing is really even. It just looks like, to me, like water. I'm not being too redundant saying that. Okay. Because it's kind of bristly, it really makes it look not too even. That's what I like about it. Because nature isn't even whatsoever. Okay, and then let's put a little bit right here. Oops, just got that into the wrong section. Okay. I think that looks awesome. All right, I don't normally put in my waves like right now, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and put the waves in. Just a second, you guys, I just want to see something. Okay. I was just looking, I'm gonna show you guys what I was looking at. I collect, like, whenever I'm inspired by, like, nature and I see things, like, look at these birds. We'll put some of these type of birds in the sky. Aren't those cool? Those are just the silhouettes of birds. So I'm going to put some of those in the sky, these bigger ones. I put a little small ones in, but I started doing that. So I collect things. I collect pictures of lightning. So then I have all these, reference materials. Like, I love how that water looks right there. Doesn't that look cool? So I think I'm going to try to add some of that in here and the waves. So anyway, let me first show you the waves I normally make. And so always be collecting in magazines when you're pulling out pages out in magazines and cutting stuff out for your collage. If you see something where you're like, oh, I like that water, then go ahead and maybe have a little file of things that will inspire you. Reference materials. That was the word I was looking for. Okay, so we're going to throw in some waves here. Okay. Okay. And we'll throw in some more here. Okay, Okay, we're going to get rid of that wave right here. All right. So I just wanted to show you, I'm not going to throw in too many waves right now because I'm going to make this into a water feature. So there's going to be water coming down, but I wanted to show you how I do waves. So okay, and then I already told you I wanted to see about some of these waves coming up here like this. So since this brush is all scruffy, see, like a scruffy brush, I think that this will make some really pretty waves coming up like this. Do I like that? Yeah, I think I do. Okay. Not too much paint. This needs to be kind of see-through-y. So let me get rid of those. Okay. Yeah, I like these waves coming, like this wave coming up through the bigger waves. This is cool. So I'm being brave, you guys. This is my first time doing these type of kind of rolling waves, you know. And for me, that's being brave, like doing things on camera that I haven't done before. I'm like, okay, I'm winging this. Hopefully this works out. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then I throw a little bit more down in through here so that, you know, there's a little, it's coming from somewhere. So then lightly just go over, I think, the bottom of it. And then I'm going to throw in a few more big waves over here. What the heck? We'll just get our waves in, the bigger ones. Okay, there we go. We don't need that many big waves because I got these other ones, but I want to show you both how I do both of them. So just like that. So just that's it. Just swipes. Just swipe. Just a swipe. So I think that looks good. Yeah, I think that looks really good. And let's just go over here and do another swipe. There we go. And swipe this one again. Okay, I think that looks really cool. And then these will be turned into water features, and I'll show you guys how I'm going to do that in a little bit. But that's the waves. So I think that looks really good. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. Okay, then, you know, I see a little bit of more water in through here than we need to do. There we go. More in through here. Okay, I think that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now we're going to go up at the top again, up here in the sky, and we're going to do some clouds with the same scruffy brush. I am obsessed with this scruffy brush. Okay. For clouds, for making this water, making the splashes, this scruffy white brush. I mean, there's nothing special about it. I think I got it at Tuesday Morning. I don't even know what brand it is, but look for just a brush that's kind of stiff. And then if it's really stiff, it'll get pretty scruffy. I love it. Okay, so let's make some clouds. Okay, there we go. And you know what you can do from there? just pull down with this scruffy brush and you'll have some rain. Doesn't that look cool? Also, I like clouds that, we're going to make some ones that are, that use our finger and make them kind of fluffy. Cool. And then we'll do another cloud where we just kind of do it kind of like, kind of how you would do water, but kind of more like a cloud. So I think that's really fun to do so many different types of clouds. Let's try to make this one fluffy. Cool. I love that. And if anything doesn't work out and you don't like it, you can simply just use your baby wipe and wipe it off. You know, I want to take this, another technique is to take my baby wipe and just kind of go over it a little bit. Let me see if I want to go over it a little bit. No, I don't. It took off too much of the paint, so let's go back over to it again. And let's make it fluffy. I love that. And let's take this cloud right here and put some more rain on it. I think that's a cool. So it's just straight down like that with your brush. That looks cool. And we could throw in a little bit more clouds over here, just a little baby cloud. And we'll just leave it kind of scruffy. Maybe throw a little water, little rain on that one. Okay, so there's 3 different ways to make clouds and rain. Just a second, I just want to fill that in a little bit more on that cloud. Yeah, I like that. And I want to fill this a little bit more here. There we go. I like that. Okay. So, remember I said we're going to make those birds. So, let's give my white paint a break. And let's make those birds. And, you know, I'm going to come in a little closer for these birds. So, just a second. And I hope I haven't been working too far away. But I want you guys to be able to see everything. So, all right, just a second. Where are we at with these clouds? Okay. Yeah, I think that's closer so you can see. Okay, so let's make some birds. And remember I told you, okay, I'll show you the birds I normally make, and then I want to make these other birds that I have from my reference material. Oh, that's a stamp that I love. I can't be losing that. So I make those with some black acrylic paint. So let me grab some black. Black. Craft Smart. Perfect. So this one's a Craft Smart brand. Okay. Let me make sure it's flat. One time I grabbed one with some shimmer to it. It doesn't paint out well. And if you want to go back over it with pencils or markers or whatever, it doesn't work. Okay. So the birds I normally do. Okay. For one, I like to use this liner brush. You guys, these liner brushes are the bomb. I would pick one of these up. I got them at Michael's for like, with a coupon, $4 or $5. But I picked these up at the 75% Hobby Lobby sale. Oh my goodness. For like $1 a piece. And it was a good brand. So I have a ton. And I'm so excited. Okay. Because I don't have to pay even $4 or $5 for them. Because I picked up like 5 of them for $1 a piece. And they were normally like $10 brushes or something. Anyway. Good deal. Just a second. I need to wipe up some paint over here because I'm about to get my arm in it. Just a second, people. Just a second. Okay. All right. Let's make these birds. So this is the bird that I normally make, and it's very easy. It's just making like a little V. I'll do it on the white. just going like this and kind of, that's it. It's just making a V, and there we go. Simple. And this other bird I want to make, this one here, is simple too. Okay, so, and I have made it before, I just haven't done a lot of times. And because I haven't done it a lot of times, I would have to pull out this reference. Make like the little body on it, and then there we go. Let me make sure this is all dry down here. Okay, this is dry. It's like you kind of come out and then you kind of angle it out like that. So we're gonna make both. We're gonna make both type of birds in this sky. I think mixing it up will give the effect of distance. It'll give the effect like the bigger birds are gonna look closer. It's gonna look like, okay, some birds are closer and some birds are further away, like the little small ones, like the V's. And you're just making little silhouettes of birds. I do the same thing with people, where it's a silhouette of people. And we'll be doing that also. Okay. Still a little birdie over here. I love putting birds in the sky. I just think it's so cool. Okay. The ones are really simple though. Those V ones, those are like way simple. So are the other ones, but the V is really simple. And I've done videos before when I've painted or colored out my girls that I like to draw. So you can watch one of those videos, just kind of look through it. And I've done videos where I have had it on video of me hand drawing, or not hand drawing. I usually don't draw on a video, because drawing, either a picture will come to me easily that I'm drawing, like one of my girls, or sometimes, you know, I have to really work at it. So it's just weird. It's weird to do it on video, because I just need to take the time I need to take to draw the girl. Sometimes I can draw this a girl up in like 15 minutes, and sometimes it'll take me an hour, because I don't know. It's weird. So okay. All right, so I think we're done with these birds. I could go on and on with these birds, but they're gonna have way too many birds in the sky pretty soon. Okay. So, you know what? Let's put a bird over here though, on this. But at the same time, I think it's good to kind of see things a couple times, not just, you know, a few times, so you can really see. Okay, I don't like how those birds turned out. Kind of too big. Okay. My brush was getting kind of full of paint. Let me, there we go. Start again. Okay, let's see. There we go. Huh, I don't know why these birds aren't turning out over here. I just did like a 20 million of them. If you don't get the right amount of paint on your brush, which isn't a lot of paint, when you have too much paint, when you have too little paint, it like, I don't know. Let me turn my page. That, oh. All right. I'm trying to get my brush back together. Okay, hopefully this is it. All right, let's try it again. There we go. I didn't have the right amount of paint on my brush, and I'm at a weird angle too for me over here on the right. So there we go. That looks good. Oh, let me see. Okay, good. Because they're seeing it. So I think all those birds look really, really cool. Another thing is there's some wording right here, the name of the perfume, and we need to get rid of that. So let me bring my palette back down here, and let's get rid of that. There we go. Her words are in the sky. I should say her words are being hidden by the sky. Okay. All right, so we don't want to do too much where I'm totally losing this like balloon in the sky, but we need to do enough to get it. There we go. Where those words aren't there anymore. Okay. Plus it looks kind of cool having this balloon like this. This to me, this hot air balloon, because then it now looks like it's a part of the sky, like it's kind of going behind the clouds. And let's put a cloud in there too. All right, let me grab a paper towel and a fresh baby wipe. Okay. After all, your hands just get gooky. You need to get a baby wipe and wipe them off. Okay, let me get my white back again. My white palette, where is it? Oh, it's right here. I just need to put some more white on my palette. Just a second. All right. And what kind of cloud do we want to do? We'll just do one of these. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking that, how that looks a lot. Awesome. Okay. Maybe we need to throw a bird in there too. So you could go crazy with fine detail work. You could go crazy forever. Okay, let me load up my brush again with the black paint. You know, my brush may be getting old. I've had it for a while, so I may need to bust out a new liner brush. I know, it's doing okay. Okay. Okay, so we'll just throw in a few more birds over here. Yeah, my liner brush may be going to kaput. Okay. Thank God I got those out. Okay, I'm trying to see if there what else, if I want to add anything else to that sky, if I want to add some lightning. I think I'll add some lightning. I'll add some lightning in, but I want to first do some other things before I add lightning. I want to do some water on these houses, so I'm going to show you how I do water. Who was I just watching? Oh, what is her name? Or her channel. I can look on my iPad and see. I do water. I'll show you the main way I do water. And then I was watching her, and she does like, if there's a roof like this, she takes the water, she puts the water on here, and then she has the water pouring off. It is so flipping cool. So I'm like, girl, I totally have to craft lift that from you. Let me see. History. Just a second. I'm just looking at my history because I just watched her not too long ago, so it shouldn't be too far down the chain. I watch a lot of videos though. A lot. Are you guys like that? I don't watch anything but videos. Oh, it's Nana's Place. Hey girl. Yeah, she did water and it was flipping awesome. Like, I love how she did the water. The water came pouring off. Like, anyway, first let me show you how I normally do water, and then we're going to try how she does it when it's pouring off these roofs. Okay. Add a little water. There we go. Okay, so a lot of times what I do when I do water is like this, like right here on this window. I'll put in my water line, what I call a water line, and I do it kind of messy, the water line, because water's not going to be perfect, right? Just a second. Let me spray all my paints. They're drying out. There we go. That's a lot better. It might have been my problem with before with my brush, is that my paint was drying out too much. Okay. So what I normally do is I do it like this. I make like a little V, and then I bring the water down. Anyone who's been watching my channel has seen me do this a million times. And then just kind of bring it down. And a lot of times I like to go right over things like this butterfly. It brings like the butterfly into the picture. It makes everything start looking like it's a part of the picture, not separate things. Which is what you want, in my opinion, it's what you want, like in the end, for this to look like one big fantasy world. And it also and then sometimes you'll have worlds within worlds. But they're all kind of related to each other. Okay. So here's this water here. So this is how I normally do water. I'm just continuing this water like longer, like all the way down. Okay. And I like to be at different levels with the water. I'm going to take this one and just drip a little bit right there. Which in this painting, I want to do both. I want to do both types of water, because I just think it's going to be cool. So you have like water pouring off the roof, just drizzling, and you'll have water really pouring off of this roof. So I'm going to try that right now. So that's how I normally do water. Let me just bring this water down a little bit more. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to try this water pouring off of here. I'm going to have to turn my work a little bit. So I'm going to create a water line like right here, like this, and bring this water. And I'm going to use a different brush. Well, I'm going to use both brushes. Now this is an experiment. If it doesn't work out, we won't have this. Her roofs were a little bit different than this, but I just think that it could work though. Yep, I think so. And what's cool about experimenting is if you don't like it, it can, you can always erase it. I'm not liking that. Just a second. Let me see if I want. I think I've gone over the roof line way too much. Yeah, I'm not liking that. When she did it, she had these roofs that were at an angle like this, so you could like put the water right here and then it would come flying off. So let me try one other thing. Her roofs were angled a little bit different. But I'm definitely going to still use her technique that she did. I loved it. If it doesn't work out for this, I'll still use it. Okay, you guys, now I'm liking it. So, in fact, what I want to do is, yeah, I'm liking it. Now that I took it and went like that, I like that, and I'm not sure. I started going a little crooked with that water. It's easy to go crooked with water because if you're not at the right angle, and I'm not always at the right angle when I'm doing this. I'm trying to stay in frame. Yeah, I think I'm really liking this. Let me see if I can want to make that a little thinner right there. Yeah, I like this. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I need more white paint. And so I'm using my scruffy brush, and the other thing is you don't want to put too much paint on the brush because you want it to be kind of see-through-y and not like, you know, really, is the word opaque? You want it to be translucent. You want to be able to see through the paint. So don't work with too much paint on your brush. Okay, I'm going to follow this. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to correct this a little bit. It's a little fat right there. There we go. It's a little fat right here. Yeah, I am loving that. Awesome. And let's see if we want to do another one over here. Like it's just coming off the picture. It's just coming straight down. Love it. I'm going to put that all the way down into the water. Love that. This could be a little bit thicker here. Be a little bit thicker right here as we're coming around. There we go. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna look and see what you guys are seeing. Oh, I think that looks really cool. I'm loving it. And then she did this other thing with the Posca pen. I'm gonna let this dry. And I'm not exactly sure what she said, but I think it gives it more dimension. She puts, she just throws in a little bit of the Posca and then she goes over it again. So I'll do that, but I'm gonna let that dry. So with this water, let me just get my whole palette wet. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna throw in some more water, the smaller water that I normally do. And this can be water or it can be snow. If it's snow, you just make your drifts a little thicker. Okay, I'm just trying to get my paint right on my, just a second. I'm just trying to get my paint right on my palette. Okay, here we go. I might be running low on battery, so, and I'm probably about been an hour already, so let me look and see about my time. Yeah, it says that my battery's running low. Okay, let me just hit OK so we don't just turn off. All right, so let me just work for like another quick minute. I'm going to put some water on here. So I'll work for another couple of minutes and then we'll come back to this and start and work on it some more. And I'm not sure if I'll finish it up on the next video. It might take a couple videos for me to finish this up. There's going to be a lot to it. We're going to have planets. I'll show you guys how I make planets. I just ordered a book of marbles. So that would be so good for planets, you know. So I'll look through my magazine or my book that I just got that had the marbles and probably cut some of those out and put those like on this butterfly, because I want this butterfly to be a butterfly but be like its own world and have like planets on it. Okay, I'm at such a weird angle. Okay, there we go. And you don't have to worry about having perfect water. What's perfect about water? Water's never perfect. So the only thing I say about water is that when you get towards the end of the water, it needs to be like thinner because gravity is pulling the water down. So, ooh, this paint gets thick. Okay, so this is the last one we'll do here. Come on, paint. There we go. I think that looks really, really cool. I am loving this so far. And thank you so much to It's Nana's Place. I saw her last video, and I saw her making this fabulous water. You guys go check out It's Nana's Place. She's also working in the Abandoned Places book and doing this type of work. She's doing reverse collage. She's doing, so just go check her out. She does a bunch of great stuff. Love her channel. Hey, Nana's Place. Hey, girl. Okay, so this is what we got so far going, and I think this looks awesome. So there's that, and then there's the water down there. Super excited. Okay, you guys. So look for part 2. I'll work on again tomorrow. And then it might take us 3 different parts to get through all this because this is a lot. Anyway, it always is a lot. Okay, you guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. And give this video a thumbs up. That'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, I still have to make these into planets, you guys. We'll get to it. We'll make these planets here. Anyway, come visit me on Facebook and Instagram, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye. Ooh. It does do something. It makes it like smoother. Okay. I have the hamburger sitting out, so. Oh, I need to soak the wood, right? We only have a little bit of wood left, but just enough, I think, to make. Because you don't want a bunch of wood in there, so. Oh, we have just enough of everything. Look, we have enough just for 2 patties. We only have like 3 or 4 sausages. Maybe I think just 3. I mean, we have enough. I mean, it's just enough. Cool. You don't have. I wanted to have some garlic bread, but do you want to stop and get some garlic bread? Okay. I'm really in the mood for garlic bread now that you said that. Okay. Garlic bread and get me some soda water. Okay. It's on the soda aisle. It doesn't say soda water, but you know, you'll see it. Sparkling water, they call it. Okay. Should come like in a bottle, like a liter bottle or something like that. No flavor, no sugar. I don't know why people drink that. That's just nasty. All right, so these brushes are good. Yeah, just this paint. I'll do a bunch of it, and then if I could save, you know what, I could save that paint in a plastic bag. That's what I'll do.
And to share that in other places like the family group and Steam and Patreon and places